Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 10 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. Spokane Public School Board members got an earful tonight from parents and community members outraged the district is letting Spokane Regional Health use school buildings to host vaccine clinics. KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk was at tonight's meeting. He is live in the newsroom tonight with how the district responded to the protesters. Kyle?
Well, yeah, Mark, a lot of emotion during tonight's school board meeting. Superintendent Adam Swinyard tried to calm people, assuring them this is something the district has done in the past for other diseases and that no student is required to take the COVID vaccine.
It's time to end the mandates. Leave the children alone.
An hour before tonight's school board meeting, a group of parents and citizens gathered outside. This man with a large megaphone shouted at district employees in their offices.
You need to resign tonight. You need to be fired.
He claimed to be employed at a school, so we asked him his name and where he worked.
Come on, man. Come on. I'm not telling you my name where I work.
Why not?
Period.
You're out here with the megaphone.
No kidding.
Do you work in Spokane Schools?
Maybe not.
Inside, chairs were filled, and parents, including some teachers, told board members they don't support the health district using schools to provide vaccines.
I'm just wondering why Spokane Public Schools are being used by the Spokane Regional Health Clinic or Health District to administer COVID-19 shots to children as young as 5 years old.
I can't watch students at my elementary school receiving an experimental vaccine.
KREM 2 was at one of those vaccine clinics at Ferris High School last week. The clinic opened after school hours and gave COVID and flu vaccines to anyone who wanted one, not just school children. Superintendent Adam Swinyard says these types of clinics have been around in the past for mumps, measles, and rubella.
And so we've continued that practice with the COVID vaccine.
Swinyard went on to say children need permission from a parent to get the COVID vaccine, and students are not required to have one to attend class in person. Reporting in Spokane, Kyle Simchuk, KREM 2 News.
All right, let's talk weather now. Temperatures have certainly dropped tonight, and now we are tracking the chance for snow in the coming days. Let's get to meteorologist Thomas Patrick joining me here in the studio tonight. Thomas, it's that Friday morning where we could see some snow, right?
Yeah, and it could be a very slushy snow at that. It's going to be very close to a rain-snow split, as you'll see in a moment. But our temperatures being as cold as they were this morning and once again tonight in the 20s, well, all that's doing is just cooling the ground. So unlike a couple days ago when we had that snow and graupel that was melting right away, well, that won't be the case the next time around. Look at what it was this morning. 20 in Spokane, 16 in Coeur d'Alene, 13 in Deer Park. Those are the low temperatures from this morning. Won't be quite as cold tonight because of the cloud cover that is moving overhead. That is going to stabilize our temperatures largely in the mid-20s. But check this out. Looks like some light snow returns, especially near the Yakima area as of right now. Just that moisture starting to move into the area tonight, but it doesn't really arrive until tomorrow night and Friday morning. All these areas in blue, including Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, and northward, have a good chance for perhaps an inch worth of snow. But we'll show you what areas might see a more solid snow versus the slushy snow, as that rain-snow mix is definitely going to be a factor to consider heading into Friday morning.
All right, Thomas, thank you very much. We'll talk to you later in the broadcast. New tonight, a woman badly hurt after police say she was deliberately hit by a car today. It happened near Brown and Pacific Avenue. According to Spokane police, the driver of this SUV purposely hit the victim after an altercation that happened between the two of them earlier. After the driver hit the woman, she then crashed into that concrete wall and fence right there. They were also taken to the hospital to be treated. The man accused of shooting a federal agent outside of a Spokane motel earlier this month could spend the rest of his life in prison. Randy Holmes appeared via video from the Spokane County Jail. He is still recovering from a gunshot wound to the chest. A grand jury indicted Holmes on 3 separate charges. Those include assaulting a federal agent with a deadly weapon and being in possession of a gun as a convicted felon. Court documents show the undercover ATF agent planned to meet with Holmes for an illegal gun sale outside that Motel 6 off Sunset Boulevard. There were reports of gunshots, and Holmes was found with multiple gunshot wounds. The ATF agent was also hit but has recovered. Well, it is a constant problem. Semi-trucks getting stuck under underpasses they are too tall to fit under. Well, now authorities are exploring a solution. Warning chimes right here made of plastic have been installed on East Sprague Avenue leading to the Division Street Railroad Bridge. Just last week, a semi-truck was wedged under a bridge at Trent Avenue and they blocked the road. Similar warning chimes have been installed in San Antonio, Texas, so we'll see if those ones work here. The U.S. Occupational Safety and Health Administration has announced it will suspend implementation and enforcement of President Joe Biden's vaccine mandate, at least for now. OSHA says it'll wait to enforce the mandate pending further court action. Right now, there are 3 lawsuits against the mandate, all of which Idaho Governor Brad Little has joined. The Biden administration's vaccine and testing mandate impacting 84 million Americans wasn't scheduled to start until January 4th of next year. Kaiser Permanente says they have identified a group of patients who may have received expired doses of the Moderna vaccine. This statement from Kaiser says the patients were given the doses between October 25th and 27th. The vaccines were expired by no more than 72 hours, according to Kaiser. They say they're in the process of contacting the impacted patients, and they added their clinical experts say there is no evidence the doses are ineffective or unsafe. Their experts do not recommend a repeat dose for the impacted patients. Meantime, for more information, just call that number right there at the bottom of your screen. A new law in Washington will require local health boards to have less of a political makeup. The law was passed by the state legislature earlier this year. KREM 2's Ian Smay spoke with a local health official and one of the sponsors of the bill.
The Spokane Regional Health District Board of Health will be shrinking in the coming weeks. It will go down to 8 members from 12, and due to a new state law regarding the makeup of health boards, there will have to be at least as many non-elected officials as politicians on the board. According to those involved in making the new law, it's an attempt to make public health decisions less political. Currently, Spokane's Regional Health Board is made up of 9 elected officials, while 2 are non-elected officials appointed by the board. But thanks to a new state law, that will have to change. Democrat Marcus Riccelli, the state representative for the 3rd Legislative District in Spokane County, was the bill's primary sponsor.
My goal was to make sure that we brought a balance to our public health boards, that we brought real lived experience, that we brought people with medical backgrounds, that were professionals, public health backgrounds, to make sure that we're putting public health above politics and making good decisions for our community.
Spokane's Regional Health Board will go down to 8 members. 4 of them will be elected officials, the 3 county commissioners and Millwood Mayor Kevin Freeman. The other 4 will be non-elected officials selected by the board. In Spokane's case, there will have to be one of each from the following groups. 1 representing public health, healthcare facilities, and providers, such as a current or retired doctor, public health expert, or other medical professional. The second member must represent other community stakeholders. Examples include a business owner, a current or retired service member, or a member of a nonprofit focused on helping those with medical needs. The third group that must be represented is consumers of public health, defined as a community member who identifies as having faced health inequities or has went through experiences with public health programs. Lastly, since there are federally recognized tribes in Spokane County, the board will have to accept at least 1 tribal member selected by the American Indian Health Commission. While Riccelli thinks having more healthcare professionals is a good thing, he's concerned by the decision to shrink the size of the board.
I think scaling back the numbers is against kind of the intent of all the folks that came out and supported the bill. I also think it's just bad public policy direction.
Riccelli also voiced concerns at eliminating the elected representatives from the Spokane and Spokane Valley city councils. He also pointed out that when the Board of County Commissioners expands to 5 in 2022 as mandated by law, the health board will have to expand to satisfy the non-elected officials requirement. We reached out to the county commissioners for comment, but we have not heard back. County spokesperson Jared Webley did say that the application process will open soon and they will widely advertise those positions. He also said they hope to have the new board in place by the start of the coming year. In the newsroom, Ian Smay, KREM 2 News.
Coming up after the break, hundreds of new jobs are about to come to Spokane. What company is coming to the Inland Northwest and what they'll do for the area after the break. And later on in the show, the second day of jury deliberations in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial and the addition of a new video. We're back in just 90 seconds.